very good morning to all of you joining us. We are coming to you live from King City, Ontario. It's the start of a new tournament. We've got the men's nationals coming to you live. Just completed the women's nationals yesterday, and today we're hosting 10 teams over the course of the next 5 days, 3 games a day. It's going to be a very busy week. The game coming to you right now is Alberta versus Ontario. Ontario winning the toss and choosing to field first. And we apologize, we had some technical difficulties. We've just gotten through the first over, and the score at the end of the first over is 2 for no loss. The 2 batters out in the middle, Hamza Tariq and Jagandeep Singh.
Yeah, I changed it.
0, 0, 1. This one. Put 1. Instead of 7, it's 1.
Did to go to 1? Ditto.
The new bowler into the attack, Jaskaran Buttar. He's coming in from the north end. Starts off with a dot. They'll pick up a single, Alberta. Weather's looking beautiful at King City. Slightly cool, blue skies. It's supposed to be a hot one as we get into the afternoon. We're going up to 29 degrees. As I mentioned earlier, 5 days, back-to-back games for a lot of teams. Their fitness is going to be tested. Nonetheless, we've got 10 provinces represented in this tournament. Just missing the territories. Maybe in the next few years we'll see them here as well. You got 2 strong sides in Ontario and Alberta this morning. A lot of national players in this Ontario side as well. A lot of experience. Both teams are going to look to start this tournament off with a win. We're anticipating it to be a very exciting game. Big flash of the bat. Flies through to the keeper. This is a good start from the Ontario bowlers. Delivery and very good pace from Buttar. It's going to be the end of the second over. 2 more runs coming off of it. 4 for no loss at the end of 2. We'll have the live scores updating for you as soon as we've had it all updated on our end. So please bear with us. Should be up in the next few minutes. Slightly slow start than you would expect. It is a T20 tournament and not much aggression up at the top to take advantage of the power play overs from Alberta. 2 overs gone in the power play, just 4 overs left. And that plays very low. Surprises the batter. It skids down to the keeper. We are expecting a lot of games on this wicket right here. It's just the first game, and if it's starting to act out already, we're in for some exciting stuff. And that's going to be the first wicket for Alberta. Just catching the outside edge of Hamza Tarek, and he falls for just 2 runs to his name today. He's going to have to walk back, and Alberta, not the start that they would have hoped for. Hamza Tarek walks back. 2 off 7 deliveries for him this morning. Fortunately, not the start that he would have hoped for. The new batter in, Jagandeep Singh. He's got a lot of work to do. Make something of this nothing power play so far for Alberta. Ontario, they've bowled well. They've been on the mark from ball 1. Big stride forward. The new batter in, Kanwarpal Tatkur. He's going to take strike. It's a very defensive start from Alberta. Again, it is a T20 tournament. We haven't really seen the T20 aggression yet. You would anticipate the par score on this ground. Oh, big flash of the bat. It's going to be another dot ball. Beautiful delivery, passes the outside of the batsman's bat. A very good over comes to an end. It's going to be a wicket maiden. Couldn't have hoped for a better start, Ontario. We've got 2 games this morning. New Brunswick on the other ground behind us. They're taking on British Columbia. Again, we'll have updates on scores for you as soon as we can. We realize both games don't have updated scores yet. This ground, though, we're 4 for 1 at the end of 4.
End of 2. End of 3.
Correction, at the end of 3. Half a shout, flicked off the pads, and they pick up a single. Got a lot of batting, this Ontario side. You would think that they're going to need close to 170, 180 runs on the board. Alberta.
That's a leg by.
The umpire just signaling a leg by in the previous delivery. No bat on that. Oh, and that is some pace and bounce. The ball kicking off the pitch. The keeper collecting it well above his head. This has been a fantastic bowling effort to start for Ontario from both ends. Maybe another dot ball. Good pace from Buttar, putting in a lot of effort. He's getting some good pace and bounce. Some good carry to the keeper.
I'm serious. The game is 7%.
First over 3-1.
Scamper across for a single. Runs unfortunately just not coming as well as Alberta would hope for. This is the 4th over bowling in the power play. Just the one man in the field out of the 30-yard circle. It's a fielder at fine leg, deep fine leg. Everyone else is in the circle. They haven't really needed to push any fielders out. There's been no real aggression from the 2 batters out in the middle yet. Big flash of the bat. It's going to be another dot ball. 6 for 1 at the end of 4 overs. Kiani to continue the attack. Starts off with a dot ball. Batter shimmying down a little to try and get to the pitch of the delivery. Just not able to connect. Oh, and that's skied high in the air. Fielder getting under it, and it's going to be another wicket. A well-judged catch by Nicol Dutta. And Alberta, they lose their second.
Jack Canmore also, no?
Yes. Catcher name Nicol Dutta.
The wicket, Kunwar Paul Tutgur, he's going to have to walk back. Unfortunately, not really bothering the scorers too much. Just the 1 run for him today.
1 minute.
Ontario, 7 for 2.
Can you please inform every 4 over?
I did. Kanwarman.
The new batter in, Kunwarman, he's out to the middle, the captain. He's got a lot of work to do for his side. He's going to take a captain's knock to get Alberta back on track. It's been a disappointing start from Alberta, especially with the experience that they've come in with. His big shout. Looks like it was going down leg. Umpire says not out, and they'll scamper across for a leg by. There we go, leg by signaled. It's straight up in the air. It falls in no man's land. They scamper across for yet another single. But the batting from Alberta, they just looked very uneasy out there. Not finding their rhythm, not finding the middle of the bat. They've struggled to get started in this first game of theirs.
Kanwar is a left-hand batsman.
It could be the extra pace from Ontario.
Second one is 1-1 power down. Okay.
Pitch pitched very full. The batter defends it. It's going to be a dot ball.
The other one?
Yeah,
Dot, then a wicket.
wicket.
The fourth one after leg by. Dot, dot.
Oh, and that's going to be another wicket. Fantastic catch by the fielder at point. Was it
18, jersey number
18 third ball.
Harsh Tucker? No.
18. Yes, Harsh.
Harsh Tucker taking a splendid catch. It flew to him, just diving and making sure he gets his hands under the ball. That's going to be a third wicket for Alberta, and they are falling apart, Alberta.
18 is scored.
The batter out, the captain, Kanwar Munn. He's going to have to walk back for a duck. And the extremely good bowling from Ontario continues. They've been all over Alberta this morning. You're going to see a bowling change from the north end. Dylan Haliger into the attack. Pace being replaced with more pace.
New bat.
And the Alberta players, they've just not been able to play this pace well at all.
Thank you. Jersey 21.
For the new batsman.
Yes.
The new batter out in the middle, Gurinder Singh Tandi. A handy 2 runs for Alberta. Cut down to the fielder at third man. They'll pick up another single. Able to rotate the strike a little more in this Haliger over.
New batsman, please. Gurinder Singh.
Got a right hand, left hand combination. Makes a bit of a nightmare out in the field for the players and the skipper. It's going to help Alberta's cause, make it a little more difficult to bowl.
Which was the second wicket?
That's been signaled a wide. Alberta, they're going to be happy. They've got a run added to their total. Just the first real wayward delivery from the bowling in Ontario this morning.
This is the first, second, third, fourth. This is the fifth. This one will be sixth now.
If you're just joining us, we are in fact playing a T20 tournament. It might seem like they're patient out there, possibly preparing for a 50 over game. Unfortunately, Alberta, they've just really struggled with the bat this morning. Their task on hand right now is to steady this ship, try and get a partnership going. Big stride out by the batter, just watching it through to the keeper. It's going to be another dot ball. Another play and a miss. Keeper is kept busy. Not many runs coming off the bat so far. Taking a good catch. And taking a good catch, the keeper already. Seeing just a lot of lack of momentum from Alberta. They can't really get the shots away, but unfortunately they can't really get any bat on ball at all. So rotating the strike still out of the question. And again, a big flash of the bat. Just can't connect. The extra pace of Dylan Haliger is making things difficult out there. That's going to be the end of the over. The score 12 for 3 at the end of 6 overs. We'd mentioned you'd need about 180, 190 runs on this ground. Unfortunately, Alberta's struggling. They're struggling to get even 50 runs on the board right now, so it'll have to be interesting to see how many they actually end off with. Umpire just signaling the end of the power play. It's past the 6 over mark. Completely unable to take advantage of the power play overs, Alberta. Another bowling change, this time from the pavilion end. We see Praveen Kumar duel into the attack. First spin into the attack for the day. And that's cut upish. It's going to land just short of the fielder at point. Another chance. It was a tough chance, but had the fielder gotten there, it would have been a lot of trouble for Alberta. Popped up again, this time to the fielder. A short extra cover. It goes past the field. I believe that's Rizwan Chima. They'll run through for a single. Good bowling from Duel. Asking a lot of questions of the batters. Looking uncomfortable against the spin. That's a big shot. It's been struck straight down the ground, and it's going to be a comfortable 6. Slightly pitched up delivery from Duel. And the batter made sure that he got under that. 6 valuable runs added to the Alberta total, and more importantly, a little bit more confidence for the batters. Deep Singh starting to show signs of aggression. He's just smashed a straight 6 down the ground. Pulling his length back duel. He's done well to adjust from an overpitch delivery the previous ball. But pick up another single.
Got it? 2-1 wide.
21 for 3 at the end of 7 overs. Played into the offside. They'll pick up another single. Dylan Hayliger to continue the attack from
2-1.
the north end.
1.1.
Big swing and a miss. Flashing his bat, hoping to connect.
Yeah, 1.
But the wicket this morning, it's very skiddy. It's extra pace from the bowlers. It's a lot of grass on the wicket as well. Hasn't had enough time to dry out. It's going to be a hot day today though. The sun's going to be beating down on it. It's flicked off the pads. They'll pick up another single. Just an update that our scoring is now on track, and you should be able to view it through the Cricket Canada app as well as watch it on the live stream. Again, we apologize for the delay in getting the scores updated for you. As I mentioned earlier, there is another game going on as well. New Brunswick taking on British Columbia this morning. 33 for 4 on that ground at the end of 6. New Brunswick in a similar situation as Alberta. A little bit of trouble at that ground as well. Just ambling along at a measly 3.06 runs and over. We're into the 8th over, just the one delivery to come in this over. That projected score scarily low at the moment. pick up another single to finish the over. That's 25 for 3 at the end of 8.
So PC ball 54.
Praveen Kumar to continue the attack. 2 deliveries. It's bowled well. Just the 1-6 off his bowling in the previous over. The only real sign of aggression we've seen from Ontario so far. That's swept away. It's not going to run away to the boundary. They'll pick up 2 runs. There is batting to come in this Alberta side. If these 2 batters out in the middle can steady the ship, build a partnership, will give somewhat of a launching pad for the rest of their batters to come in later in the innings. It's a good single, good aggressive running. The keeper's appealing for obstruction. I don't think there was any intended obstruction on that occasion.
No, he was running it.
He was right. He didn't look around.
He was running right.
Just a very hopeful appeal from the keeper.
She's live.
'Pushed into the offside. They pick up another single. Slight misfield by the fielder, but no harm done. That's going to be the end of another over. Correction, there's one more delivery to come. .30 for 3 at the end of 9. Alberta slowly ticking along. We're going to see another bowling change from the north end. Nikhil Datta into the attack.
Yeah, do we have bottle of water?
We've now got spin on both ends. Pacers have done a fantastic job with the ball. Gotten Ontario off to a flyer.
From the players' cooler just right behind.
Now it's going to be up to the spinners to keep the momentum going for them.
Okay, thank you. 10th over happening.
Please. 30 seconds.
Okay.
It's pulled away. There is a fielder out of the deep. Mid wicket's going to cut it off. They'll pick up a single. Played fine into the
I'm just waking
leg
up.
side. The fielder at fine leg
Thank you, sir.
cleans up.
Thank you. Ready coffee.
I'm just waking up. It's 7 o'clock.
Just had a quick chat with the manager of Alberta. Oh, that's thick edge. Pick up another single. He was here with the team last year. I spoke to him at the beginning of the game and he said we've got our main playing 11 back. We've got our main side here this year round. Unfortunately, the players have just not lived up to the reputation. Let's cut away. Runs flowing this over. They're rotating the strike, Alberta. Finally, a little release of pressure. Struck down the ground for another single. One delivery to come in the over. Alberta 36. Almost at the halfway mark. It's going to be a dot ball to finish the over. 36 for 3 at the end of 10. That's going to be a quick drinks break. back to the action. Praveen Kumar to continue the attack. He's going to be bowling his third over. 15 runs coming off of his first two. And that's a big shot. It's going to be another 6. Unfortunately, Praveen Kumar goes for another maximum. That was struck well to the deep mid-wicket boundary, and Jagandeep Singh, he's starting to show that he's able to hit a long ball. He's now rushed to 27 off 23 deliveries. Flicked into the leg side, and they pick up another single. Jagandeep Singh, he looks good out there. He looks more confident. Looks to have found his groove. His batting partner, Gurinder Tandi, still going a little slow. Just the 9 runs coming off of 17 deliveries that he's faced. We're past the halfway mark, and Alberta, the projected score at this point is 83. That's another shot. It's a big one. Actually, it does make it for 6, but that's going to go down as a drop catch. The fielder at long on loses the ball in the air, and he just volleys it over the boundary for 6 more runs. Gurinder Tandi now joining the action. 2 6s coming off of this over, and Praveen Kumar, he's under some pressure. Quicker delivery. Will be another single, potentially looking for 2. Good running. They come back quite comfortably in the end. That's going to be the end of the over. 51 for 3 at the end of 11. Much better over. 15 runs coming off of it for Alberta, and they're starting to show signs of some much needed aggression. Got that continuing the attack. They pick up a single, calling for 2. A yes-no. Good decision to turn around. That would have been a suicidal second.
53 now. 53. Yeah, I'm 52. Yeah.
52 now.
Yeah. Why is that 52?
Huh?
I have 52
okay.
there. I don't know why I'm saying 53. I look at it 53 and it's 53.
It's going to be a dot ball. The weather forecast this week, it's looking very dicey. It's supposed to be beautiful sunshine today, but tomorrow 60% chance of thunder showers. Normally when it rains, it pours at King City. Cutaway again, straight to the fielder. Wednesday, 46% chance of rain. Thursday, thunder showers again, 66%. And Friday, potentially a little more rain. Got a lot of games in this 1 week. Cut again in front of covers, and they pick up another single. There might be some Duckworth-Lewis and net run rate coming into the equation as the week progresses, if the forecast does in fact play out the way it says. Fielder at deep cover. It's going to be a single to finish the over. 54 for 3 at the end of 12. Captain of Ontario coming into the attack at the pavilion end. Takes off Praveen Kumar. His third over, unfortunately, he went for quite a few runs. 15 runs coming off of his over. And Saad Zafar says, it's time for me to do what I do best. Big shout, first ball. Too busy appealing. Unfortunately, Saad not paying attention. The ball in the middle of the pitch. They scamper across for a quick single. This is good awareness from the two batters out there. Got a lot of cricket this summer. The women's nationals just wrapped up yesterday. The men's nationals playing all of this week. Got the global T20 coming up as well. Pick up another single. And after the global T20, we've got the under-19 World Cup qualifiers also being hosted at King City, followed by the women's Americas qualifiers in the US and the men's qualifiers right after in Bermuda. That's played fine. It's going to run down to the boundary. That's going to be 4 runs. It's going to be wides, 5 wides. A wayward delivery from Saad bin Zafar. It's a busy summer full of cricket for Canada this year. Looking to go down the ground. Just not timing it. Ball hitting high on the bat. Jagandeep Singh, he picks up a single. He's looked the pick of the batters though. Only one who's found a little bit of rhythm out there and shown some signs of aggression. The rest of his teammates just not able to find their way today. Playing a miss. We've got another dot ball. The teams flying in yesterday. Some of these teams are having to contend with potentially some jet lag, different time zones. It's driven down the ground. Be another single. Canada's a fairly large country. We've got a lot of time zones. That's going to be the end of the over. 63 for 3 at the end of 14. Correction, 13. Dutta into the attack. And that's high down the ground. It's a fantastic effort by the fielder out in the deep, just tipping it back in, but he's signaling that he did, in fact, go over the boundary. It's going to be another 6 runs. Gurinder Tandi taking the attack to Nikhil Datta. Looking to play that into the offside, just edges it. Slipping on his way down. It's a very grassy wicket out there. Pick up a single. Calls for 2, and they pick up an easy 2 runs. We'll have to see how expensive that drop earlier in the game is going to be for Ontario. It's a good quick single, hit straight to the fielder at fine leg. We've studied the ship. The 2 batters out there, Jagandeep Singh batting on 33 off 30. Gurinder Tandi 27 off 30. Improving his strike rate, Thandi. And bye signaled. The current run rate, it's creeping up. It's creeped up to 5.34 runs and over. Big swing and a miss to finish the over. 74 for 3 at the end of 14.
Yeah, he's caught up. Well done.
The Alberta manager just coming around the tent to check on the score. Just had a quick chat to ask him what they thought was par score on this ground. Saying his team had 140 in mind. I feel it might be a little short. This Ontario side is quite experienced. They play at this ground very often. Most of these players play in the local league at the S9 division, and S9 has most of their games on these grounds here. Let's edge straight into the air. It's going to drop short of the fielder at fine leg. A pickup single. For the Ontario players, they know these conditions well. So you'd have to feel anything short of 170 might be an easy chase for Ontario. Bowler Saad Zafar, he runs all the way to mid-wicket to make sure he can keep that delivery to a single. He's an aggressive bowler, captaining his side, Ontario, captaining the Canadian side as well. Let's push into the leg side. He fields the ball again. He captained the Canadian side this past qualifiers. He came home with the ODI status. Unfortunately, not quite able to pull off getting to the next round in Zimbabwe. But nonetheless, getting the ODI status back has been a much needed improvement to the Canadian program. Quick single. Good awareness from the two batters out there. Showing some much needed aggression for Alberta. One delivery to come in the over. That's another 6, nearly taking out the commentary and scorer's tent. It's a very good shot from Jagandeep Singh to finish the over 85 for 3 at the end of 15. Five overs to go in this first innings. Alberta sitting at 85 for 3. Projected score still only 113. Still well short of that 140 mark that the Alberta manager mentioned earlier. We're going to need to see a lot more big hitting like we saw at the end of the over previously if Alberta is to give themselves any fighting chance. Going to be a single. We do have a bowling change.
Number 1.
Kayani back into the attack to finish his spell. He's just got the 1 over left. He's bowled very tidy. Just the 4 runs coming off of his 3.1 overs. He's picked up 3 wickets. Pick of the bowlers for Ontario. Chipped into the leg side for another single. Well bowled. Looked like a slower delivery. And the batter completely deceived by pace and bounce. He's bowled well. Shahbaz Kayani. He's done the job for his team. Projected score still 112. Gone high up into the leg side. It's going to fall short of the fielder. Ryan Patan, the fielder, just pushing it back into the ground. They pick up another single. Plate stayed straight down the ground. The fielder is inside. Pick up 2 handy runs, Alberta. Hit high up in the air. The fielder at long off coming under it. And that's going to be another wicket. Alberta, they lose their fourth. 90 for 4 at the end of 16. Jagandeep Singh, a much needed innings from him comes to an end. 45 for 38 deliveries, the 3 sixes. He was definitely the anchor and the aggressor for Alberta today. And Ontario, they'll be happy with this effort. They've broken the partnership that looked a little threatening. They've stopped the momentum that Alberta had built. And you'd have to feel that Alberta is now going to struggle getting to that 140 mark. The new batter in, Gurpal Singh Sidhu. He's got a lot of work to do out there. 90 for 4, 4 overs to come. Fortunately for Alberta, their top order completely crumbling this morning. None of them were able to get going. Put a lot of pressure for the batters in the middle order. Ontario, they'll be happy with this effort. They've looked like the stronger side, and they should be. A lot of national players on this side.
10:55.
Just a quick update on the game behind us. New Brunswick taking on British Columbia. New Brunswick 72 for 8 off of 15. Brunswick has struggled against the British Columbian side.
Cut-off time 10:55.
They're a much smaller province in comparison to British Columbia, both in size and population. We were pleasantly surprised last year by some of the smaller provinces. The cricket they played was fantastic. The effort they put in showed that they could be competitive. Again, this week is just starting, just the first games of the day. Got another 4 more days to follow. Dylan Haliger back into the attack. He's going to switch ends and come in from the pavilion end. Full and outside off. The batter reaches for it. It's going to be a dot ball. Gurinder Thandi, he's now going to have to take his side home. 32 off 38 for him. He's the experienced batter out there. Been in the middle for quite a few overs. He's had the time to see how the pitch is playing.
How much that beers? Batsman. Oh, how much?
Quick delivery. It's been called a wide. Batter trying to throw everything into that shot.
How much that beers?
They pick up another single. Alberta, they've struggled against the pace of the three pace bowlers that Ontario's used. Then the pitch playing a big part in that. It's a lot of grass. Parts of it are wet.
You have any batsman in?
Yeah.
Good pass.
Good pass.
Crossing Sidhu yet to get off the mark. He's faced just the one delivery. That's going to be another wide. Dylan Haliger, he's going to have to find his mark. It is a left-hand, right-hand combination. Nonetheless, the bowling's been very tidy. Apart from the 5 wides a few overs ago, it's been good bowling from Ontario. Bye signaled. That looked like it might have gone down leg. Umpire signaled a bye. Thought it might have been a wide. One more run to Alberta. It's going to be another wide. Dylan Haliger just losing his way a little bit in his second spell. 3.2 overs to come in this innings. Alberta still sitting at 95 for 4. What can they do? That's struck down the ground. It's going to be cut off by the fielder, Nikhil Datta. They pick up 2 runs. Nikhil Datta fielding at long off. One delivery to come in the over. We've yet to see any boundaries. Gurinder Thandi, the experience of the 2 batters now on strike. Can he finish it with a big one? Driven straight down the ground. Might just be the 1 run to finish the over. Smarter way to go. It means Gurinder Thandi then takes the strike again. 98 for 4 at the end of 17. Jaskaran Buttar, he's back into the attack to finish his spell, coming in again from the north end.
18th over.
Had a fantastic start with the ball. Set the tone for Ontario. Put a lot of pressure on the Alberta batters. It's not allowing any momentum to swing that way. Buttar into the attack to Gurinder Thandi.
It was dangerous in what happened, right?
Correction. Gr-
Third in the single.
Left, yeah.
Gurinder Thandi on strike. It's just faced a dot ball. Looking to flick that away. The pace and the bounce getting the batter. They pick up another single. Gurinder Thandi. Let's move to the non-strikers. And Sidhu yet to get off the mark. Face the two deliveries. Alberta leaving this a little too late. The aggression just not coming in yet. Struck straight down the ground. They'll pick up an easy single. Fielder looks like Aaron Johnson. Sorry, not Aaron Johnson. Dylan Haliger. Slight misfield, not costly on that occasion. It's 100 up for Alberta. It's been a slow ride to get to the 100 runs. Finally in triple digits. Pick up another single. Unfortunately, the singles are just not going to get them to the target that they need. Just can't find the big hits. The bowling has been good. The pitch has been challenging. It's going to be another dot ball.
It's an illusion.
Might have looked like a wide from here, but we do have got an umpire sitting right beside me, so I'm just going to take his word. He says it could have been an illusion sitting at an angle here. Stuck on the pads. Half an appeal. It's going to be another dot ball. Just to give you a quick update on the game behind us, New Brunswick and British Columbia. New Brunswick have had a tough start to this tournament. 76 all out at the end of 16.2 overs. They don't even finish. They're allocated 20. A tough game for New Brunswick against an experienced British Columbia side.
Sorry, how many minutes?
On this ground,
3 minutes.
102 for 4 after 18. Alberta in a little bit of trouble.
Correct.
Dylan Haliger to continue. It's played over the fielder at short mid wicket. They're going to pick up 2 runs. This is the 4th over, final over for Dylan Haliger. 17 runs so far off of his bowling. Slightly losing his way in his previous over. A few wides coming off of it. He's yet to pick up a wicket. He'd love to pick up a wicket in his final over. similar shot and they'll pick up another 2 runs. Down the ground to the fielder at long off. They'll pick up another single. They're rotating the strike, these 2 batters. But you'd have to feel this is just not enough. Just 1.3 overs to go. Still well short of a decent total, a challenging total for this Ontario side. Dug in deep. The bowler pitches it short and he goes for some runs. 6 runs coming off of that. That was struck very well by Gurpal Singh Sidhu. Unflustered by the pace and the bounce. And he gets the maximum for Alberta. It's another big one. It's going to be another 6 runs. This one even bigger. It's up and over the pavilion. Dylan Haliger, unfortunately, is going for some runs. 1 delivery to come in the over. We might have a slight delay as we go looking for the ball. Gurpal Singh Sidhu, he's bringing the aggression. $119 for 4, 18.5 overs. The ball is back.
They might just get to 140.
Still got the 1 over to come after this. Alberta, they'll be hopeful to try and get as close to 140 as they can. Anything more than that is just a bonus. That's dug in deep again. This one should have been a wicket. It's a drop catch. And unfortunately for Dylan Haliger, it's going to be 6 more runs to his bowling figures. 6 more runs signaled right there by the umpire. 23 runs coming off of that final Dylan Haliger over. An expensive spell. 38 runs for him coming off of his 4 overs. No wickets. Alberta 125 for 4 after 19. Just the 1 over to come. Jaskaran Buttar to complete his final over. This is also the final over of this innings. Alberta sitting at 125 for 4. Can they get to that 140 mark? Correction, I've just been told it's 124 for 4. Big swing and a miss. It's going to be a dot ball. Not quite sure where Gurpal Singh Sidhu is going. Asking for a single, went straight to the keeper. He's itching to get back on strike after hitting 2 sixes in the previous over. There he goes down, just having a quick chat with his batting partner. He's probably saying, get me back on strike. Now seeing this ball. They do exactly that. Swing and a miss. And they'll pick up a bye. Waiting on the umpire's signal. Pretty sure there was nothing. There we go. There's a signal. Gurinder Thandi just managing a single, and he brings Sidhu on strike. Sidhu is flown to 20 off just 8 deliveries. Hit 2 big sixes in the previous over. 3 big sixes actually. And that's played into the leg side, looking for 2 runs. Should make it there quite comfortably, and they do. $128. 3 deliveries to come. Well bowled. Full, very, very full outside off. Batter not able to get any bat on that. It's going to be a dot ball. Just the 2 deliveries left in this innings. Looking unlikely to get to that 140 mark. And you'll have to feel this total is just not large enough against this Ontario side. Bowled again. Full Yorker outside off. This is very good. Very good bowling at the end of this innings. Jaskar Buttar. He's not picked up a wicket, but he's bowled phenomenally well. Just the 9 runs coming off of his 3.5 overs. 1 delivery to come. Can he pick up a wicket to wrap this up? Comedy of errors out there. Pick up 2 byes to finish the innings. Alberta 100 and
What's the last ball? 129.
129.
Alberta 129 for 4 at the end of 20. Well below par, you'd assume, on a ground like this against a side as strong as Ontario. Just to give you a quick recap of the batting. 2 batters opening, Hamza Tariq and Jagandeep Singh. Tariq fell for 2 runs, not able to get off the mark today. Jagandeep Singh, 45 of 38. He anchored the innings, steadied the ship, and made sure that he put a decent number of runs for his side. Next 2 batters, Kanwar Paul and Kanwar, unfortunately not able to do much with the bat. Gurinder Thandi, 43 of 49. Handy, 43 for his team, and Gurpal Singh, the aggressor at the end, 21 coming off of his 12 deliveries that he faced. He had 3 massive sixes. Pick of the bowlers, Shahbaz Kayani picked up 4 wickets, just 8 runs coming off of his 4 overs, and 1 maiden. No other wickets for the rest of the bowlers, all very tidy though. Buttar only going for 8 runs in his 4 overs. Hayliger, the most expensive, unfortunately, 38 coming off of his 4. Praveen Kumar, 30 runs off of 3. Nikhil Datta, 18 off his 3 overs, and Saad Bin Zafar, 19 coming off of his 2 overs. We'll be back with you shortly with the Ontario Chase. welcome back to the action. We're continuing with the first day of the men's nationals of King City, Ontario. Alberta taking on Ontario this morning. They've struggled, Alberta. 129 for 4 at the end of their 20 overs is what they put up. And you'd have to feel it's just not going to be enough against this Ontario side. The Pacers and opening bowlers of Ontario, they were on the mark. The spinners not picking up any wickets. They went for a few runs here and there, but they've done fantastically well this morning to limit Alberta to just 129 runs. Ontario, they need 130. The two batters out there for Ontario, Ryan Patan and Shubham Sharma. Got a very attacking batsman in Ryan Patan. He's an experienced campaigner, played for Canada for a number of years. Started his cricket as a junior in Ontario, and he's moved up the rankings, and he's done well to make a name for himself.
11-14.
Ishwarjot Sohi, the bowler in the attack to kick Alberta into gear. He's going to have to find his mark from ball one. And you'd hope the pitch is going to help the Alberta bowlers as much as it's helped the Ontario bowlers. First ball, it's been called a no ball. It's an effort delivery. Dug in deep. It went flying past Ryan Patan's face, but unfortunately, in trying to bowl the effort delivery, he's overstepped. It's going to be the first free hit of this game. Got the right man on strike to face that. It's going to be another no ball. It's flicked into the leg side. Just pulled away. They pick up 2 runs. And unfortunately for Alberta, it's going to be yet another free hit. This is not the start that they would have hoped for. Pick up a single, not a very expensive free hit. Nonetheless, not the start that Alberta would have hoped for. 2 no balls. better from the Alberta bowler. So he realized that the screen is blank. We're having some more technical difficulties, unfortunately. So just bear with us. We'll be up and running as soon as we can. In the meantime, just a quick update for you on the game behind us, British Columbia. Just punch into the offside, past the fielder in the inner circle. They pick up 2 runs. British Columbia taking on New Brunswick. New Brunswick really struggled with the ball, correction with the bat today. And British Columbia 35 for no loss at the end of 3.5. It's going to be a quick game on that ground. British Columbia, the more experienced side of the two.
2 on 1.
Still got 2 deliveries to come in the over. Ontario 7 for no loss.
No video.
30 seconds.
आ गया
Play to the fielder to third man.
little bit forward. See now it's gone into the side. That's why I want to ask.
Got the stream back up and running. So hopefully we're all good on that end. Still got 1 delivery to come in the over. It's been a long over with the 2 no balls. Let's punch into the leg side. They'll finish with another single to the over. 9 for no loss at the end of 1. Gurpal Singh into the attack from the pavilion end.
27. Number 1.
He's going to need to pick up a couple of early wickets for his side. Got a lot of batting to come in this Ontario lineup. Every player very handy with the bat, a lot of experience. Again, a lot of top class players, a lot of them playing on the national side. Just looking at how deep the wicketkeeper and first slip are standing, you'd expect some serious pace. Almost at the 30-yard circle. It's going to be a single to kick this over off. Going to be a wide. Extras flowing from the Alberta bowlers. The 2 men in the deep. Third man And deep backward square. Got a slip in place. A gully. Backward point covers. Mid off, a mid on. This power play over is not a big total this morning, but it'll be interesting to see if Ryan Patan decides to play his normal game and be aggressive. He's played fine. They'll pick up 2 runs. This is good running from Ontario. The ground behind us, New Brunswick managing just 76 runs off of their 20. They didn't finish the allocated 20 overs. They were all out for 16.2 overs. And British Columbia 40 for no loss at the end of 5 overs. Pull that away. It's going to be a dot ball. Big stride into the shot. It's played, pushed into the cover region. It's not going to run away for a boundary, but they do pick up 3 runs. This is excellent running by the 2 batters from Ontario. Just getting back to that fitness discussion, with a number of games being played over the course of the next 5 days, you're going to see fitness being tested quite a bit. Beautiful day, sunny and hot all day. There's some rain forecasted yesterday for tomorrow. Correction. We'll have to see how long that plays out and how many games we may or may not lose. Full toss. Oh dear, and that's going to go down as a drop catch. Just pulled to the fielder at fine leg. Took him by surprise. Went straight through his hands. Alberta, they cannot afford to drop any chances, miss any chances at all. They've barely got enough runs on the board to give a fighting chance. 18 for no loss at the end of 2. Sohi to continue the attack from the north end. Starts off with a dot ball. Back-to-back dot balls. Ontario, they're not going to be bothered by this. There's no real scoreboard pressure. They're going at 9 runs and over. Just 6.22 runs is the required rate. And not helping their cause, Alberta. They're bowling some extras. They're dropping catches. Ball bowled. This has been a very decent over. Sohi showing his aggression. It's been 3 dot balls, 4 dot balls. Just need to make sure the batters, they stay as cool and collected as possible. The last thing you want them to feel is any sort of pressure. Throw their hands at a ball they shouldn't and lose a wicket. It's going to be tight single. They make it there comfortably at the end. One delivery to come in the over. This is a long batting lineup for Ontario. Got a lot of batting to come, and Harsh Tucker, Rizwan Chima, Saad bin Zafar. Alberta, you'd feel still just not enough runs. Not the start that they would have hoped for. It's going to be another dot ball. That'll be the end of the over. 19 for no loss at the end of 3. Sidhu to continue the attack. It's going to start off with a wide. Short, quite far down the offside line, and the umpire stretches his arms again. A little bit of exercise for the umpires out in the middle. Oh, and there's an edge on that, and he's gone. So he picks up Shubham Sharma, and unfortunately he's going to have to walk back. He's edged that straight to the keeper, reaching for a delivery quite wide of him. Ontario lose their first 20 for 1. And Alberta, they know they need a few more of those. Sharma walks back, 9 runs off of 14 deliveries for him. Faced quite a few dot balls in the previous over. He wasn't looking as comfortable as he would have liked. Nonetheless, we've got Harsh Tucker out in the middle. Arguably one of the best in Canada right now, if not the best in Canada right now.
What's the number? Harsh.
Started his cricket
Number 18.
junior days in Ontario. He's worked his way up the system. He's been a force to reckon with the bat. Part of the Canadian side. Very good bat. Very good bowler as well.
Who cut ball?
Wicket.
No, what's the number? Because I got two numbers.
Sidhu. So Harsh Tucker. It's going to be a dot ball. He's bowling with some good pace, Sidhu. Sohi as well at the other end. Required rate just 6.53 runs and over. No real scoreboard pressure for Ontario yet, having just lost the first wicket. That's pushed past the fielder at backward point. They'll come through for a single. And with that, Harsh Tucker, he's off the mark. We'll pick up another single, Ontario. Ticking along. Quick update on the British Columbia game. 57 for no loss after 7.3 overs. They just need 19 more runs. Should make it there quite comfortably. It's driven down the ground. Calling for 2 runs. Should get it quite comfortably. And they do. The equation on this ground, they need 106 runs, Ontario, off of 97 deliveries. Still got the 1 delivery to come in the over. Rest. 24 for 1 at the end of 4.
4 minutes.
106 runs to get, 96 deliveries to come. For those of you just joining us, we're coming to you live from King City, Ontario with the men's nationals. Today's the first day. This is the first game. Ontario doing an excellent job with the ball this morning. Put a lot of pressure against the Alberta batters. Picked up early wickets, and Alberta just not able to pick up the momentum.
Bowler Rahul.
It's a perfect day for cricket. There's a light breeze in the air, sun's shining, got blue skies. Couldn't ask for much better than this. Gonna see a change in the bowling from the north end. Rahul Vashisht, he's given the ball. He's gonna try and pick up a couple of wickets for his side. And down the ground, it's just going to be another dot ball. He's looking good though, Harsh Tucker. He's a cool-headed individual, and that's cut away beautifully. It's going to run away to the boundary for 4 runs.
Yeah, he knew that one. Didn't even run.
Short, wide. Ryan Patan says thank you very much as he smashes it to the cover boundary. Good running from the 2 out in the middle. Just punch into the offside and they sneak a quick single in. Punch down the ground, beautiful shot. It's going to be 4 runs. That's the class that we see. Harsh Tucker, he's a very classy player. He's capable of hitting the long ones as well, but he's a stroke player, and he makes it look effortless on that occasion.
I was born in Africa, Uganda.
That's a big shot, straight down the ground, and the fielder at long on, he's just going to be a spectator. It sails well over his head. 6 runs to Ryan Patan. This is an expensive over for Alberta. It comes to an end, 40 for 1 at the end of 5. 16 runs coming off of it. Ryan Patan, 19 off 12. Very unbothered, unchallenged by the previous over.
But I certainly would have been there to watch.
What's the ball
I've been
name?
to Ferraris.
What's the ball name?
Same.
Number 2 ball. Number
Gurpal Singh Sadhu continuing the attack from the pavilion end. It's his 3rd over. Starts off with a dot ball. Just 90 runs needed, 89 deliveries. They're cruising along, Ontario. Big stride in. Harsh Tucker just watches that one through to the keeper. A lot of the players playing in this tournament, they are part of the global T20 starting in the next few days. It's nice to have the global T20 back, and what a great opportunity for the players who will be a part of it. Swing and a miss. It's going to be a dot ball. Harsh Tucker, one of those players. Part of the global T20, Ryan Patan. And of course, following right after that, we've got the Under-19 World Cup. The Under-19s, they've been under the watchful eye of Coach Pupudu Dasanayake. He's out here at King City every day with the Under-19s. Well bowled. Short of a good length, and that's going to be another dot ball. The Under-19s have been putting in a lot of hard work. They're training every day at King City. On the weekend, they've got games. And Pupudu just making sure they're 100% ready for the qualifiers. Driven down the ground for a single. Following the Under-19 World Cup qualifiers, we've got the Women's Americas qualifiers. They're going to be held in the US. And shortly after that, we've got the Men's Americas qualifiers. They're going to be held in Bermuda this year. A lot of cricket to come in the next few months. So those of you following cricket, looking to support Canada, you get quite a lot of action.
Yep.
41 for 1 at the end of 6. Just 89 needed off of 84. Ontario, they're looking good.
Not out. He's jersey 21, 14 on the list.
New bowler, Romel.
Oh, sorry.
Romel.
Romeo?
Romel Shahzad into the attack from the north end.
Yeah. So
Going to see
my-
some
my-
spin into the action.
It looked like green.
Actually came in a day earlier, played a game at King City yesterday for the West Indians Cricket Club. He does come to Ontario quite often, plays quite a little bit of cricket.
No, Romeo.
Yeah, I see the board.
It's played into the leg side. They'll pick up a single.
Ryan is a bit chubby.
They pick up another single, rotating the strike. No real risk needed. Just 89 runs to get from 84 balls.
Game over. Wow, they got plenty of time now.
British Columbia, New Brunswick, the game is all done and dusted. British Columbia coming out on top on that contest. It's cut away. Can't beat the fielder at point. They'll pick up a single.
This is 6.4. No, right,
Facing,
facing.
right?
I have dot 1
Short delivery, punch straight back to the bowler for a dot ball. Ryan Patan, he's been patient. Just 20 runs off 14 deliveries for him. That's cut away past the fielder at point. It's going to be picked up by deep cover. They'll stick with a single. Just the 1-4 and the 1-6 to Patan this morning so far.
This total, yeah. Three singles, then a duck and a single.
Looking to guide that backward of point. Just not getting
Yeah, three singles.
as much bat as you would have liked. That's going to be the end of the over. 45 for 1 at the end of 7.
Rahul coming from this side.
Rahul Vashishta to continue the attack from the north end.
Switching ends.
Yep.
Switching ends. South end.
North is south.
Oh, and he's bowled. Fantastic delivery first up. Ryan Patan, he's been bowled. Stump out of the ground, doing a few cartwheels. Some good pace, keeping low as well on that occasion. The pitch is a little skiddy this morning. 21 off 16. Correction, 21 off 17 for him this morning. Just the 1-4 and the 1-6. A good innings comes to an end. You would have hoped you could have gotten a few more.
Praveen Kumar Guru.
Ontario 45 for 2. And you'd feel this just might be a little too late for Alberta. They've picked up 2 wickets. Praveen Kumar joins Harsh Tucker out in the middle. But with just 85 runs to get, plenty of deliveries, 77 balls in hand still. There really isn't much pressure at all on this Ontario side.
Hey, what took you so long? What took you so long?
Parveen Kumar gone in there?
Should be no
Huh?
5 over.
Parveen Kumar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. अब आज क्या खत्म है? कब? Go there. 2 wickets down, 45 for 2 after 7 overs. 45 for 2 after 7. पता नहीं.
Well bowled delivery. Praveen Kumar on strike. Starts off with a dot ball. Ontario 45 for 2. Just needing 85 more runs. 77 deliveries to chase that down. behind Praveen Kumar. They'll pick up a single. He opens his account. Rahul Vashishta, he's been expensive. 17 runs in his 1.3 overs. He's picked up just the 1 wicket so far. Ryan Patan, but quite costly overall. 11.3 runs is what he's going at. Oh, that's a direct hit. That's going to be out. This is sloppy running from Ontario. Praveen Kumar, he looks back, he looks shocked, and I'm not sure why he looks shocked. You're running with your bat in the air, you're not sliding it in. It's a direct hit. You're going to have to walk back. You would expect a little more game awareness at this level. Unfortunately, just not doing the basics on that occasion, and it costs him. Praveen Kumar, he's going to have to walk back, and Ontario, they lose their third. .47 for 3, and Praveen Kumar he's going to be very disappointed with himself. He's run out on a direct hit, well short of his ground.
You threw the ball? What if you really? I don't know. Can you ask him?
Praveen Kumar just losing his wicket to a direct throw from Gurpal. Fantastic throw. The new man out in the middle. Jaskaran Buttar. He joins Harsh Tucker out in the middle. He's about to face his first delivery. Rahul Vashishta, he picked up a wicket, and there's a run out off this over. Alberta, they've managed to pick up 3 Ontario wickets, but you'd feel still just not enough. It's driven down the ground. Buttar opens up his account. It's a comfortable single. Romal Shahzad back into the attack, coming in from the north end. Looking to guide that past the fielder at third man. It's going to be a dot ball. That's going to be an easy catch. And yet another wicket for Ontario. Not quite sure what is happening with Ontario, but Jaskaran Putar, he's been caught by the fielder at third man, gets a top edge. Just a simple catch. He's going to have to walk back. Just the one run to his name for 3 deliveries. Ontario 49 for 4. Still needing 81 more runs. Again, still no real scoreboard pressure. You'd have to feel there is a lot more batting to come in this side. But you'd want them to finish on a high. You'd want them to finish with as many wickets in hand as you can. That being said, the new man in, Rizwan Chima. Rizwan Chima, the man in the middle. He's been around for a long time. He's got the reputation of being a big hitter, an aggressive player. Still looks as fit as ever. We'll have to see if he wants to finish this game in style or he's going to take his time. Dot balls. Yet to open his account, Rizwan Chima. Two deliveries to come in the over. He's going to look to get off of strike. Open his account, and as I say that, there's a big flash of the bat. That's going to be a wicket maiden for Romel Shahzad. A good second over for him. 49 for 4 at the end of 9. Just giving you guys a quick summary of the game behind us. New Brunswick taking on British Columbia. British Columbia made easy work of the total. 76 for 10. 76 all out is what New Brunswick managed against British Columbia. They were able to chase it down for no wickets.
What's the bowler name?
Vashishta continuing the attack, starts with a dot ball. It's a really good effort from the bowler, saving his side at least a couple runs. Punch down the ground again. The bowler does well. He gets a hand to it again. They'll scamper across for a single. Rizwan Chima is now back on strike. Yet to get off the mark. Don't think he's going to be too bothered as yet. Punch down the ground and he's off the mark. He picks up a single. The bowler just asking if they should bring the fielder at long on inside the circle, have more of a catching opportunity. They decide against it. They'd rather save the boundary. It's driven beautifully down the ground. The fielder at long off is going to cut it off. They'll pick up just the one run. It's going to be the end of the 10th over. 52 for 4. Halfway point, and we're going to take a quick drinks break. Kunwerman into the attack, coming in from the north end. Just had a quick drinks break. It's not too hot just as yet. It is supposed to be a very warm day today, but there is a nice breeze going across the ground. If you're just joining us, we're at the halfway mark. Ontario 52 for 4. They need another 78 runs off 60 deliveries. They have lost 4 wickets. Rizwan Chima just joined Harsh Tucker out in the middle. Kanwarman, he starts with a dot ball. That's heaved into the leg side. They're calling for 2. They're going to settle for a single. Rizwan Chima looking to open up his shoulders, just not getting the connection he would have liked. Two batters out in the middle. They're struggling to find the runs. Not able to hit the gaps as well as they would have liked. Unfortunately, when you're losing 4 wickets at the right time, pegs back at the momentum that you've created. 76 runs needed off 54 balls. Ontario 54 for 4 at the end of 11. Vashishta finishing up his spell. He's in to finish the 4th over of his spell. 23 runs off of 3.1 overs. He's picked up the 1 wicket. Started expensive, but he's done well to bring it back. This is a struggle out there from the looks of it for the Ontario batsmen. They're not able to rotate the strike. You sense the release shot coming from Rizwan Cheema. And as I say that, he's struck that down the ground. It's not going to make it to the boundary. Well short of the fielder at long off. They'll pick up 2 runs.
Dot 2.
4 runs to him off of 10 deliveries. He's not going at the pace that we're used to watching him bat. It's been a little tough batting out in the middle today. Alberta struggled as well. And that's a big shot. That's going to be a maximum. That is what you'd expect from Rizwan Cheema. He's been quiet so far, and I think he's said that he's had enough. The fielder at long on is just a spectator as that sails well over his head. Ontario 62 for 4, just needing 68 more runs. A swing and a miss, and that's going to be a wide. The bowler, he's going to feel some pressure. He's seen that Rizwan Cheema is looking to get more aggressive. Another swing and a miss. Try and throw the kitchen sink at that one. One delivery to come in the over. Harsh Tucker on the other end. He's been patient. 16 runs of his 25 deliveries. Just the 1-4 to his name. And that's the over. 63 for 4 at the end of 12. The equation, Ontario needs 67 more runs off 49 balls. started off very well. Rizwan Chima is on strike. Punched off the back foot, straight back to the bowler. The captain just marshalling his troops. He's brought the fielder from mid-wicket to third man. It struck straight down the ground, just falling short of the fielder at long on. Takes it on the bounce, and we've got another single. Harsh Tucker, he's on strike. Let's cut away for another single. There's a lot more action to come today. We've still got another another 2 games scheduled today. 3 games a day. Three games a day on each ground. We've got 2 grounds, so a total of 6 games a day. A lot of cricket in one day, and we continue that for the rest of the week. And that's hit high up in the air, long on, coming around. It's going to fall well short of him. We pick up another single. Rizwan Chima, he's just not finding the middle of the bat as well as he would like, or as often as he would like. Just the 1-6 from him so far.
How is the over rate?
3 runs in the over, yeah?
25 minutes behind.
What's the score you have? 67 for 4 at the end of 13.
Right? 5 off that over. How many off that over? 3. Do you have? A single is the last ball. 2 singles in the
65. No, 66.
66.
That's a biggie. They pick up 2 runs, not finding the boundary. Rizwan Chima. He's trying to make the effort though, throwing his hands at everything he can. Thundy into the attack. This is the first we're seeing of him. Did well with the bat. Can he try and pick up a couple of wickets for his side? Ontario just needing 64 more runs from 42 deliveries.
2 and a done.
You think it's still a very easy equation. That's going to be a wide.
Wide.
And it's followed up with another wide. There's an appeal from the bowler. It looked like it was high and potentially just going down, missing the stumps. Struck down the ground. Chima's going to pick up another single.
This is 14th over. 71 score.
60 needed off of 40. The two batters out there, but ticking along, not finding the shots as well as they would like. As Harsh Tucker cuts that away, they'll pick up another single. The required rate, 9 runs and over. Calls for catch it. It's gone high up in the air, and it's going to be another wicket. Rizwan Chima, he's unfortunately going to have to walk back, trying to go down the ground again, and the fielder at long off takes a comfortable catch. 13 off 20 deliveries. Just didn't look as comfortable as you would have hoped. Rizwan Chima struggled to try and get bat on ball. Struggled to get the distance.
Good call. Number 1 on your list. Good call. On your list.
The new man in, the skipper for the Ontario side, Saad bin Zafar.
How much you need?
Ontario 70 for 5. .72 for 5. Starting the 15th over. And Ontario, they've just lost another wicket in Rizwan Chima. We've now got the captain of Ontario out in the middle. Not a lot of runs left to get, just 58 runs needed. It's getting tighter though, 36 balls to get there. And the runs have been hard to come. A much more positive start from Ontario with the bat, but seems to have gotten tougher. That's scooped into the leg side. Calling for 2, deciding against it. Harsh Tucker, he'll pick up a single. And Saad, he's on strike. He's going to face his first delivery from Romel Shehzad.
Who got it? Start?
Benzoffer.
Huh?
Saad Benzoffer.
Yeah.
A loud shout from the bowler, and the umpire says not out, not interested. The required rate now climbing, getting close to 10 runs and over. Alberta, they've done well to pull it back. Picked up 5 wickets. And their bowlers, their spinners have done really well for them. Cut away in front of the fielder at point. The grass is extremely thick in the outfield. It's not going to run away for 4 runs, but they pick up 3 runs. You would think that should have gone for an easy boundary, but we've had a little bit of rain last week, and the outfield is a lot thicker, closer to the road. With that though, Saad bin Zafar, he's off the mark. opens his account with 3 runs. It's pulled away. Excellent running by the 2 batters out in the middle. They pick up another 2 runs. And there seems to be a change of intent out in the middle. Oh, and that's very well bowled. In the block hole, it's going to be a dot ball. I'll have an update on the schedule for the rest of the day for you shortly. 78 for 5 after 15. 52 runs needed off 30 deliveries. It's getting tight for Ontario. They're going to have to make sure they keep track of the required run rate. The 2 games coming up after this. Nova Scotia taking on PEI. That's an Atlantic Canada showdown. And then we continue to stay on the eastern side of the country where Quebec take on Newfoundland on ground E. Nova Scotia PEI, Quebec Newfoundland. Ontario, this seems to be the only game for them today. And then in the afternoon we've got Manitoba taking on Alberta as the Prairie provinces go head to head, and Saskatchewan taking on New Brunswick. There's a lot of action to come today. Thundy to continue the attack. It's bowling a second over. That's a full toss. He gets away with it. Just be the 1 run. Driven down the ground. There's a fielder out in the deep. They'll pick up 2 runs. The boundaries have all but dried up for Ontario. You're going to need to rotate the strike. The required rate climbing steadily. Now past 10 runs and over. They need 10.4 runs and over to chase this target down. And as I talk about boundaries, that's going to be 6 runs. Harsh Tucker dispatches that ball past the fielder at long on. Picks up 6 handy runs for Ontario, releasing a little bit of pressure. Just 44 runs needed off 28 balls. Pick up a run, and that's going to be a no ball. The bowler Thundy overstepping, unfortunately, and it's going to be a free hit. Saad bin Zafar, he's got the license. Struck straight down the ground. It's going to be another 6 runs. It's a fantastic shot from the skipper, Saad bin Zafar. And just like that, the pressure has changed. Tables have turned. Ontario feeling a lot more comfortable. 2 balls, 12 runs coming off of them. Just 36 needed off 27 deliveries. We've still got 3 deliveries to come in the over. 2 deliveries to come in the over. And they'll pick up a single to finish.
19 is that over?
Over and
Six balls, 13, 14. What was the last one? Single, right? It was 1, 2, 1.
What's the score you have?
97.
97
Six behind.
for 5 at the end of the 16th. We need 33 more runs from 24 deliveries.
Bowler 1. Number 1.
Bowler number 1 comes back.
Baller number 2.
Oh,
It's going to be a wide to start. Sodi into the attack. He starts with a wide. Effort delivery, putting his back into it. Unfortunately, just bowling down the wrong line. Ooh, that's cut away. It's going to be 4 runs. A diving effort by the fielder at point is well wide of him. It's a good shot from Harsh Tucker as he picks up yet another boundary to his name. And now Ontario, they look like they're in control. Just 28 more runs needed off 23 balls. They've done a good job relieving the pressure. Runs starting to flow a lot easier now. The Alberta bowlers, they're under some pressure. Bowler trying to play a few tricks with the umpire, appealing on a delivery that was well wide. The umpire says, I don't think so. That's definitely down leg, and that's a wide to your name. Going to be a dot ball. Better delivery from Sohi. Two wides and a boundary off of this over so far. Still got another 4 deliveries to come in the over. Harsh Tucker now 36 off 37. 2 4s, 1 6 to him. That required run rate has dropped from 10.5 to 7.3. Punch down the ground for another single. Let's flick down to the fielder at fine leg. They'll pick up a single. The fielder quite straight. Fine leg cuts it off comfortably. Ontario getting closer and closer to a win. Just 25 runs needed. The batter apologizing to the bowler, just not ready. He's going to have to go walk back and run in again. Ontario just playing the one game to date. They've got a break for the rest of the day. Alberta, they've got one more game in the afternoon. They play against New Brunswick. And that's going to be 4 runs. It was guided down the ground, past the fielder at third man. Put in a diving effort, but the shot just too good. Harsh Tucker, he's moved on to 41 off 39 deliveries. This is what he does so well. He anchors an innings. He builds an innings. Quick single. Direct hit might have been tough, but comfortably home at the end. Harsh Tucker, 110 for 5 at the end of 17. Just 20 runs needed in 18 deliveries. Gurpal Sidhu into the attack from the pavilion end. He's coming in to bowl his last over. 15 runs, 1 wicket for his 3 overs so far. To pick up a single, Harsh Tucker just pushing that past the bowler. Into the leg side. This is good aggressive running. They pick up a quick 2 runs. Saad bin Zafar calling the 2 runs early, and Harsh Tucker does well to respond to that. Just 17 more runs required. Ontario, they're sailing home in this opener of the men's nationals. Harsh Tucker, he's just 7 runs away from his half century. They need 16 more runs to win. I'm sure he'd love to end the game with a half century to his name. That It's driven straight to the fielder, a short extra cover. One delivery to come in the over. Need 15 more runs to win the game, Ontario. It's driven down the ground. Looking for 2 runs. This is excellent running from the 2 batters in the middle. 117 for 5 at the end of 18. Just 13 deliveries. 13 runs needed, correction, and Harsh Tucker 6 more runs to his half century. He may not know that equation.
7 up for
Over eight, please. Over eight is good.
1 over behind.
What is there a cutoff time at this moment, or we still have time?
This is Romel.
Romel Shahzad into the attack. It's punched past the bowler. What a fantastic shot. It's going to be 2 runs, but it was driven dead straight. Gave quite the challenge to the fielder at long on as he had to run around. More importantly, he has now moved on to 46. Harsh Tucker. Oh, and he's bowled. That's going to be the end of Harsh Tucker. A very good innings comes to an end. 46 runs to his name today. Just 45 balls. It was a slow innings. He didn't really require to be very aggressive today. Nonetheless, he's played well for his 46 runs. 3 4s and 1 6. Romel Shahzad, he picks up his second. Ontario, 119 for 6. The new man walking in, Dylan Haliger. Ontario, they need 11 more runs of 10 deliveries. And the captain, Saad bin Zafar, he's still out there in the middle. Dylan's got the strike. He has 4 deliveries to come in the over. And his skipper just having a chat with him. Maybe saying, get me back on strike. Of course, Dylan Haliger more than capable of hitting a long ball. He's a big man. And he's able to clear the boundary quite easily.
Just making it jealous.
We brought the freezer.
It's a comfy. I don't know what they have here. Maybe meat. You don't eat meat, right?
Big stride and a dot ball. Dylan Haliger. He's out in the middle after the wicket of Harsh Tucker, who played a very good innings. It's bowled on 46. It's played into the leg side. The fielder at fine leg cleans up, and more importantly, just 10 runs needed for Ontario. Saad bin Zafar, he's on strike. 17 off 10 for him so far. Just the 1-6. No boundaries. We've still got another 2 deliveries in the over. I'm good, how are you? We'll catch up. It's a big stride. Struck down the ground. The fielder at long on. It's a slight misfield. It allows for a second run. Picks up 2 runs. Saad bin Zafar. And just the 8 runs now required for Ontario. Credit goes to Alberta for bringing this down to the last over. Oh, and that's put down. That's a chance that's gone begging. Saad bin Zafar struck it straight back to the bowler, Romel Shahzad. Struck hard, and Shahzad not able to hold on to that. 122 for 6 at the end of 19. 8 runs required, and we're into the final over. Soe into the attack. This is the final over. Just 8 runs needed from 6 deliveries. I didn't think it would get down to the wire like this. Ontario, they should have crossed the line quite comfortably. Alberta's done well. They've done extremely well to pick up 6 wickets and bring the game this close. Haliger on strike. We're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for the first delivery of this over. The bowler not ready to release the ball. It's a pressure situation for Alberta. They're defending just 8 runs off this final 6 balls. And both of the 2 batters in the middle more than capable of hitting a long ball. There's some discussion now to change the field. They're bringing in deep square leg. It's gonna be another dead ball. This time the batsman not ready. He backs away. I'm getting confirmation from the third umpire. We're an over behind already. And this over has yet to start. That struck hard to the fielder at short extra cover.
What he doing? He could have run out Dylan and
They pick up a quick single. Dylan Haliger, he's off strike. Saad, he's going to face the second delivery. 7 runs needed off 5 balls. This is turning out to be an exciting game of cricket. Ontario, they've somehow managed to find themselves in a situation It's making them a little uncomfortable. They were quite comfortable when they started with the bat. Started very positively, runs were coming. And then once the spinners got on for Alberta, things started to become a little more difficult. Half a shout. They're going to run. Looks like they might pick up a leg by. There we have it. Confirmation from the umpire, signaling leg by. Six runs, 4 balls. We've got 3 games back to back every day. I don't know how much time we'd have for a super over, but it's quite a way to start this 5-day tournament. If it comes down to super over, all credit would have to go to Alberta for bringing it as close as they have. That's a beautiful shot. That's going to be 4 runs. Dylan Haliger, he picks that up, puts it
Don't have nobody out here.
well over the head of the fielder at
He was here.
mid-on. Not quite sure why there's no one in the deep down the ground. Dylan Haliger, that is his hitting art. He's going to hit down the ground. And unfortunately, the 2 fielders, mid-off and mid-on, they're inside the circle. Big swing and a miss. 2 runs, 2 balls. That's the equation. You'd have to feel Ontario. They should be able to pull this off. Just the 2 runs needed. What an exciting game of cricket this is turning out to be. Calls for catch it, and that's a fantastic catch. The fielder at mid-off running in a long way. Dylan Haliger, he didn't time that. It went straight up in the air, and a fantastic catch in the end to dismiss him. We are now 2 runs from 1 ball. That's the equation. Dylan Haliger, he's going to have to walk back 6 runs to his name for 6 deliveries. And what an exciting game of cricket this is turning out to be. Nick Hildatta, the new man in, he's on strike. He needs to get 2 runs off this delivery. He is very handy with the bat, so you'd think that he'll be able to pull this off. But then again, Alberta, they've done a fantastic job to pull this game as close as they've done. What an exciting game of cricket we've got on our hands. Ontario 128 for 6. Sorry, for 7. Dylan Haliger just getting out. He holed out to the fielder at mid-off, and now we've got the equation. 2 runs needed, just the 1 delivery. Can Nick Hildatta, the new man out in the middle, can he pull this off?
Number 1 on the list. Number 1 on your list.
Lots of shouts for 2. They're trying to get back for 2 runs. And that is an extremely poor throw. And at the end of that, Ontario finish on top. They They're able to get the 2 runs off the final delivery. And Ontario, they survive a close one. What a fantastic game of cricket this turned out to be. Alberta taking on Ontario. They put on just 129 runs, Alberta, for the 4 wickets. The highlight of their batting, Jagandeep Singh, 45 of 38 for him. Gurinder Thandi, 43 of 49. And Gurpal Singh Sidhu, 21 of 12. Kayani, the pick of the bowlers for Ontario. 4 wickets, just 8 runs and 1 maiden off of his 4 overs. The rest of the bowlers, they did well to keep Alberta contained. In reply, Ontario, Ryan Patan, 21 for him at the top. Shubham Sharma not getting the start he would have hoped for. He fell for 9. Harsh Tucker, he anchored the innings, 46 off 45 for him. Unfortunate to have missed out on a half century. Praveen Kumar Buttar, unfortunately going for just the single to the both of them. Rizwan Cheema came in, hit 1-6 but failed to get going. 14 off 22 for him. Saad bin Zafar stayed to the end. The skipper, 19 off 13 for him. Dylan Haliger, 6 off 6. And Nikhil Datta came in, pressure situation, just had the 1 ball to face, needed 2 runs, and he managed to pull it off. The bowlers for Alberta, Romal Shahzad, he picked up 2 wickets, just the 15 runs, 1 maiden for his 4-over spell. The rest of the bowlers, Sohi, Sidhu, Rashishta and Thandi, each picking up a wicket. That's going to be the end of this very exciting Alberta-Ontario game. We'll be back with you shortly with the second game of the day. Hope you've enjoyed this commentary and this coverage. This is Manali Patel signing off.